Hi all. I'm very sorry to hear about Fischer passing away yesterday, January the 17th, 2008. I want to have a look at his biography here, which was written on the Bonnet site originally a few years ago. The date ranged between 1950 and 60. Let's have a look at it. In 1951, Fischer, his mother, met Carmino Negro at Brooklyn Chess Club. He invited Fischer to join the club and attend the Friday night meetings. So that was way back in 1951. In 1955, the Brooklyn Chess Club Championship. Here he is actually playing 12 members in a simultaneous. But in the club championship, he did okay. He came third to fifth. In the US Amateur Championship, he had a negative score. US Junior Championship, 10th to 20th. The Speed Championship, he came third. So he was already very strong at speed chess. He won 3, didn't draw, but he lost 2. The Washington Square Park tournament, he came 15th out of 60 players. Here he is in the Greater New York Chess Championship, pictured here. So he came actually 5th with Anthony Sadie. He won 5 and lost 2. Lombardi won this tournament. In the log cabin, came 50-50. The Manhattan Sea Reserve, he played in that. Metropolitan League. US Amateur Championship, he came 12th, winning 3, drawing 2, losing just 1. So actually, he was the youngest ever player to win the Junior Championship, because he won the Junior Championship, he came first, he won 8, drew just 1 and lost just 1. So the youngest ever player to win that Junior Championship in the United States. In the Junior Speed Championship, he came 4th to 8th by winning 5, drawing 7, losing none. Canadian Open Championship, Montreal, played in Quebec. He came 8th to 12th place by winning 6, drawing 2, losing 2. Even at that early age, he had a brilliant game in the year of 1956 against Donald Byrne, which was written up by Hans Mock as the game of the century. So this was the Greenfield defence game. Let's have a quick review of that game. He was black and he brilliantly sacrificed Queen. There's a full YouTube annotation of this if you look up on YouTube, King's Crusher, Byrne against Fischer. So he had sacked his Queen, he got great compensation for it, centralising his minor pieces later, and this final beautiful kingside mating net was woven. So that was the game of the century. And after that, in 1957, the Manhattan Chess Club semi-final, he won 2, drew 1 and lost 2. Log Cabin Open, he won 4, lost 2. Here's some other results from 1957. Significantly, in the Junior Championship held in San Francisco, he came first. He won 8, drew just 1. So this result added a second portable typewriter to Fischer's growing collection of prizes. US Junior Championship, the Speed Championship, he won that. The Open Championship, he was first with Bisguer, Arthur Bisguer, who I believe was a GM at the time. He won 8 games, drew 4. He was declared the winner on tiebreak. The Benison match, he won 3.5, 1.5. Cardozo match, won +5, winning 5, drew 2, lost 1. New Jersey State Open, he won by winning 6, drawing 1. North Central Open, he came 6th, so he won 4, drew 2, lost 1. Here he is in the US Championship 1957-58. New York Times, the caption is, the 14-year-old Bobby Fischer in 1957 becomes the youngest US chess champion in history. So here are the games in round order. Here he is going over the Sherwin game. Sherwin, by the way, is an active IM who's been playing in London recently, in recent years. 1958, he had a Janovic match played in Yugoslavia. He drew that, 2 games, both drawn. Matilovic match, he won 2.5, 1.5. Portoroz interzonal, he came 5th after Tal, Gligoric, Benko and Petrosian. So some very big names in that interzonal. Here are the games in round order. so he became the youngest ever candidate as a result of that interzonal. In 1958-59, US Championship, he defended his title successfully. Here he is in the New York Times, the caption, "He becomes fidgety as he ponders his move against Robert Byrne on January the 4th, 1959. So he won it, winning 6, drawing 5. No losses. Games in round order. Here is Mar del Plata in 1959, the games in round order. He came third equal, winning 8 games, drawing 4, just losing 2 after Neidorf and Pashman. Zurich, he came third equal with Kaz after Tau and Gligoric. He won 8, drew 5, just losing 2. So some very big names here like Tau, Gligoric, Olafsson, very strong GMs. Candidates tournament, Bled, Zagreb, Belgrade. He came 5th with Gligoric after Tau, Kaz, Petrosian and Smyslov by winning 8, drawing 9, losing 11. So it was a very, very tough tournament. During the candidates tournament in Yugoslavia in 1959, Fischer listens disinterestedly to the opening speeches while sitting next to him is chief opposition Mikhail Tau and Tigran Petrosian. US Championship 1959-60. Here are the games in round order. He came first again, winning 7, drawing 4. 1960, Mar del Plata. He won the tournament, showing first prize with Spassky, losing only to Spassky. There had been a closely fought race between Spassky and Fischer. Fischer caught up with Spassky in the last round when Spassky was held to a draw by Wexler. So here are the games in round order. So he won 13, he drew 1, just lost 1 to Spassky. And let's have a quick look at that loss. This was the King's Gambit, I believe. So later, Fischer wrote the refutation of the King's Gambit. He was a bit annoyed by this loss against Spassky. So this was their first encounter, I believe. So Spassky seemed to get a very good central control in this game and dominated the board in the final position. But anyway, the first of many battles to come. So that was in 1960. In 1960, also Buenos Aires, he had a bad tournament here, but valuable experience was gained. He came 14th, he only won 3, he drew 11, he lost 5. But some very big names, including Korchnoi, who's a world championship candidate, coming close to beating Karpov the first time. And some other big names. Szabo as well, famous for his simultaneouses, blindfold. Taimanov, who Fischer would later win in the challenging matches for the World Championship. Rzewski, another child prodigy. So some very, very big names. Reykjavík, he came first, he won 3, drew 1. US Championship 1960-61, here are the games in round order. He came first, winning 7, drawing 4. So I hope this this brief introduction to Fischer 1950-60 was interesting to you, and you may have been aware of some things you're not aware of before. Please leave any comments on YouTube, and I'll continue with another 2 videos following this if there's interest. Thanks for listening, and see you on YouTube.